Hello, this is Mr. Eric. I'm here to talk to you about lesson 5.4, which was Indirect Proofs. Basically, and we're going back over this was a lesson that I taught in class, but I want to make sure we had a video for it, just in case you needed to review over these things. You wanted to look back through the videos before we have the test. On 5.4, the Indirect Proofs, basically, you attempt to disprove what they're telling you and prove that wrong in order to prove something else is right. So just for an example, if we have a triangle here, and we'll call this triangle ABC, and they tell us that AB as a side is larger than AC, then they want us to prove that angle B is not congruent to angle C. So what we are going to do is assume the opposite, okay? To do an indirect proof, rather than try to gain evidence that angle B is not congruent to angle C, we're going to assume the opposite. We're going to say angle B is congruent to angle C. Well, if angle B is congruent to angle C, then the next logical step here, if we have two of the angles congruent, is that we have an isosceles triangle. So if we have an isosceles triangle, that means that these two sides would be congruent, okay? If those two sides are congruent, we know we have a proper isosceles triangle where these angles would be congruent. As it happens though, in the information that we were given, AB is larger than AC. They are not congruent. So since AB, in this case, if we had an isosceles triangle, would be congruent to AC, what we have here is our contradiction. So this is an indirect proof. By proving that we don't have an isosceles triangle, because these two sides are not congruent, it disproves this. So if we disprove the fact that angle B is congruent to angle C, then we have just proved that angle B is congruent to angle C. This is a complex way of looking at things. It's usually not used as frequently as some of the others, but it is worth having this tool in your tool belt. Need to make sure that you have the stuff in your notes, the definition of indirect proofs, indirect reasoning, and proof by contradiction down in the notes for this lesson, and we'll see you in class.